But anyways, all right, what's going on, everyone? This is Courtney from Aqua Team Home Buyers. I'm here again with Krystal Payton. This is the second part of our conversation. Krystal's a part of our Rising Tides intern program, where we're just showing the behind the scenes of what we do to try to, to acquire and establish deals. And she's following us on our journey. We're part of her journey as well. We do not claim to be experts in this at all, but we definitely want to share and learn and grow together. So how's it going again, Krystal?
It's going well.
Yeah,
Can't complain.
that's awesome. That's awesome. I wanted to talk to you about we were talking about comps last week, but I want to talk about how to get the accurate rehab costs. It's very
Mhm.
important because we're serving sellers, we're serving buyers here, right? We're helping them. They have to know their numbers to make sure that that they're accurate. And we talked about comping with Zillow, and so go back and check it out, folks. If you see the link in there, how to use Zillow and how to use PropStream and other apps to comp properties accurately. There's some amazing people out there, way more intelligent than me, like Jamil Danji and other folks who can do this. So please check them out as well. But I just wanted to point some key things as a new wholesaler that I really recommend you do, Krystal, and that's to get out to as many properties as possible. Like you need to get in at least 100 doors before you start being really discretionary with, okay, I don't think I need to get to this door, or I can send somebody on my team. Just like you're on the phones, our main
Mhm.
method is marketing, is cold calling, and getting on the phones, getting that rep in so that when you step away from there, you know what it feels like. And same thing with getting inside doors. The more doors you get inside in your market, the more you're going to understand what the rehab cost looks like and what it is and what the market bears. In other words, what are people willing to pay for this type of property? And that don't mean you got to be an expert contractor or inspector, but you do need to know like what these properties look like in those areas and how much they're selling for and how much rehab is going for. Some of the best ways to do that is the first several times that you go in is contacting, networking with a contractor or an inspector to go with you. Now, the difference between a contractor and an inspector is that a contractor is going to let you know what needs to be done to get the property to where you want it to be, whether it's a rent ready, which may be not as a high end finish as a flip, or something that you're going to put out and resell. That's important to know because that's money. That's bottom line. That's how much you're going to need to put in, or your buyer's going to need to put in.
Mhm.
The inspector, they're going to be thinking about what it needs to be able to pass inspection. And those are like a Venn diagram. Sometimes they're connected and sometimes they're a little different. Sometimes what the contractor you do doesn't, you know, they're not going to match. So what I highly recommend is finding a contractor, and their time is valuable too. So maybe you say, hey, would you come out with me on this property and check it out? I can give you $25 or $50, and you do a scope of work where they detail list out everything that's there.
Okay.
That's going to give you, and if you do that with maybe one, two, three times with different contractors, that's going to give you an idea of um, what the market value is. And you want to be investor friendly contractors though. You want to have investor friendly because a retail contractor who's selling, who's working with Joe Smo homeowner is going to have a higher price than someone who knows they're working with investors.
Okay.
And the kick side of that is like, oh yeah, when I have a buyer, I'm going to refer you to them. Or when you actually are um, cherry picking these properties, you have a relationship with the contractor who's going to be able to do the work because wholesaling is amazing. It's beautiful. It's like hitting the lottery, as folks say, as far as replacing your income, but it's not wealth generation. Wealth generation comes to owning and controlling, So, um, and that's one great thing. We're outsourcing deals. We get to do whatever we want with them if we have different exit strategies. And some of it has to be cherry picking them and taking them down for ourselves.
Okay.
Um, so every market's different. There are some rule of thumbs like, okay, $3 per square feet for a medium size. And I don't even actually want to quote because I don't want to get this wrong, but you'll be able to gauge like this is a low income, low uh, rehab, so it's going to cost $5,000 to $10,000, or this is a full gut rehab in Baltimore, and that should be like 85 to 100K, and so you'll
Mhm.
be able to factor that into backing out your offer price.
Okay.
So I know I didn't go into detail as far as like specifics of like how much a HVAC costs or how much this stuff costs there. But to be quite honest, you'll get to know that with more repetition of going with the contractor, and you don't necessarily need to have that completely down as a wholesaler. What you want to have down is the very close to within 5,000 or whatever costs, so that your end buyer who should be doing their due diligence can know what to expect.
Okay.
And so when you get a property under contract, and we'll go over that on its own video, when you have a property under contract and you're marketing it, some of
Mhm.
the information that you want to provide, of course, is you want to provide the street block. You don't want to provide the full address. You've probably seen a lot of, 15XX Popular Street. The reason for that is there's unscrupulous folks in this community who will go behind you and try to take your deal away from you. And it's shady. It's tough. Fortunately, I've been around a lot of great people. I've been around some amazing people in real estate, but it does happen.
Mm.
So that's one way to protect your deal. You want to have the block though, so that people um, can know have an idea where it is. And then when you have buyers, you'll be able to, once you get their information, trust them and give them the address so that they can do their comps. And some people even ask for proof of funds before they even give them their address, because like, I want to see this is serious and all. You want to have the beds and baths. You want to have the square footage. And then here's where there's differences in different folks, right? I think bed and baths is crucial. I think the block is crucial. But when it comes to ARV, you
Uh-huh.
need to know that so that you can know what to offer folks. But I don't put ARVs on my marketing. What I do place there is I go directly to the MLS, the multiple listing service, and I have access through a realtor connection or using PropStream, and I place what are the recent multiple listing sales, what are the recent market sales for that exact same, orange to oranges. And we talked about comps, making sure it's the same structure, same set, same neighborhood, and all that stuff. And then
Okay.
I also put recent cash sales, because that's pretty much investors, what investors bought it for. So now they see how the street address, the bed, bath, the square feet, and the price that we put up there, which includes our assignment fee in there. And then they see the recent MLS, the recent cash sales, um, and then what's very important is the photo gallery and a really nice video that I put up there that shows the good, the bad, the ugly, and shows everything that people can see, so they can make their own judgment, because everybody has their own crew, everybody has their own idea. And if I start, getting in there and arguing about this or that, and hey, do your own due diligence, here it is right here. That's the information. So I don't put ARV, I don't put the rehab costs either.
Okay.
Again, they can, based off the recent sales, the recent comps, and the photo gallery, they can determine what their construction cost is going to be. And then I'll let that fly. Then I'll require a $5,000 EMD, and it has to be in within 24 hours to the title company of my choosing, or Shanita and our choosing, because we want to be able to control the deal. Now there is sometimes flexibility. I have some really awesome buyers who like, hey, I want to use this one because this is over here, and then I'm like, okay, sounds good, but you, for the most part, in 99% of the time, you want to be able to control the deal through your title company. And that $5,000 EMD, there it's hard to walk away from $5,000. So you want to make sure they're serious buyers. So $1,000 EMD, some people may walk away from, less people definitely walk away from. But I make sure that my buyers know they need to put the $5,000 EMD in, sign the assignment contract, and we market until the EMD is in. It has to be in within 24 hours. Taking a little step back is a little different for the um, the seller. We're putting up $100, $10 to $200 EMD.
Okay.
And one thing I tell my sellers is, if they ask, if they question it, hey, we're buying tons of properties, 4 to 5 a month. And so if I have all my money out there, it can be challenging when I'm closing so many deals. But if they really push and I'm very confident that it's a deal, I'll raise it up to, 1,000, 2,000, whatever they're asking for. But I'm not, most people don't care. They want the convenience, but I'm not, pushing that. Um, and I think that's what I really want to share about the rehab costs. And actually not placing it on the market. That's at least for me. You may find, hey, you want to do that because you find value in there because you're adding value, but that's 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 where I am.
Okay.
Right.
So with the EMD, so like with the 5,000 EMD, so say the seller does put, I mean, the buyer does put this 5,000 in, and
Mhm.
they decide like, okay, I don't want it no more. So does that 5,000 go to the seller? Like how, where does that 5,000 go?
Great question. So your assignment contract is going to have language in there. Purchase contract and assignment contract are different. You'll sign a purchase agreement or purchase contract with your seller that
Mhm.
stipulates all the stipulations of the terms. Your
Okay.
assignment contract is basically saying, hey, I assign my rights to this contract to my seller. They have to put in that $5,000 MD, and it says um, they only get it refunded. I mean, it's legal language. Only way they get a refund is if the title does not come back clear. If we cannot issue a clear and free title. If it's free and clear and they decide to walk away, oh, and in the contract says, and they agree to relinquish, to give up their title. I don't need the title company forcing me to ask the buyer to sell or to sign or me to sign that he releases or they release the EMD to me. It says in that contract, if you don't close at the agreed upon time, and the title is clear, then you get the hey, what's up, brother? You get the $5,000 back. You get the $5,000, and then you'll hopefully in between that time you'll be able to find another buyer. Um, and I mean it's unfortunate. You hate for that to happen with the seller because you're trying to serve them, but no, you don't give 5,000 to the seller. You give whatever that is to the seller if for whatever reason you're not able to fulfill that. But more than likely, if you had one buyer, there's plenty other buyers. That's a
Okay.
great question. And another thing too, and we'll talk about marketing, but a great way to find buyers coming to you is to put it on Facebook Marketplace, put it on social media marketplace, put it on Craigslist with a way for you to acquire their information. So we have all right, this is a little hack. We all our properties are pretty much still out there, even the ones that have been assigned. Because I'll get every day, I'll get someone say, "Hey, is this property available?" And I'm like, "Oh no, I'm sorry, unfortunately, the property's not available, but you can see more deals here." And I'll give them our website, and it has a capture form that captures the email. And then at the end of the week, I'll take all the emails that were captured and put it into my Mailchimp, so that when we have new properties, they see it. So some people call it a phantom, ad, so you can collect buyers. You can also just literally say, "Hey, cash buyers want it? DM me or call me or text me. We have off market deals." But that's a great way. Having a deal is a great way to get more cash buyers. And the
Okay.
more cash buyers you have, the more likely you're going to sell a deal. Like I get so surprised with some of the deals that sometimes that I wouldn't think is a deal, but there's so many different type people out there and different people with different agendas. So I don't ever want to assume for the buyer or assume for the seller.
Okay. So with the phantom marketing, like how often do you do that?
Well, because we're getting deals, we don't, it's not really phantom for us now. We just, our deals, we literally put it through the cycle, but instead of going back and, taking it out of Facebook Marketplace, I just leave it up there so that people continue um, to go to it and see it. And I don't know the algorithm of Facebook, but they go to it and see it. And
Okay.
Shanita, she handles that. My partner, Shanita, she's the social media and disposition, and she'll put it in different Facebook groups. And she went back last week and she actually went to all of them and marked assigned the ones that have been assigned. And people don't read, so they're like, "Oh, is this property available?" And they put the address in. And I don't know if she did it on purpose. We haven't had our meeting to discuss yet, but we received like 46 new buyer leads this week just based on uh, her doing that. I think she was just trying to clean it up, but hey, we might have found something new. So go back to your old leads and mark them assigned. And
Okay.
people like being around success. I mean, people are going to buy based on numbers, but
Mhm.
if you keep on putting out, just like if you put out bad numbers, people will stop paying attention to you. If you're putting out deals and people are like, dang, this property sold. Like 2 properties last night. I sold 2 properties in contracts, not properties, the contracts within 5 minutes. And I'm about to, the people like seeing success. And I actually, Jesus, we just bumping here. I actually think I am doing myself a little disservice by not following what my mentors say when they say, hey, you need to, if you get this much excitement, you need to go ahead and set up an inspection appointment where everybody can come in, because what you'll do is create buy, not a bid war, because we don't do like he said this, he said that. 'Cause that's, nobody likes feeling like that. But what you can say is, hey, Thursday, everybody come, take a look, and your highest and best. Human psychology. I'm walking into the room and I see JoJo over there, and I see looking at it, and I'm like, oh man, I gotta put in, the best offer. But me, that's why I need to be a little more disciplined. I like when the deal comes, that's that price I asked for. They offering full offer price. You put that EMD in, it's yours. So I need to be a little more disciplined in that, but I also appreciate movement. So both of those properties just went, like the other one, like I didn't even finish marketing it on the other on my other I didn't get put on Facebook because a gentleman snatched it up. So it was good stuff.
Oh, I like to hear that.
Heck yeah, heck yeah. And also those were from one's from a referral, and the other one was from, as I spoke of earlier, um, a person I just been following up with for over a year.
Okay.
Right. All right. So let's spend the last part of our time. Well, first of all, thank everybody for listening. If you are listening, if you get value out of this, whatever platform this is, please like, subscribe, ask us questions, challenge some thoughts, because they'll help me learn and grow, they'll help Krystal learn and grow. You can follow us on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. Krystal, how can they contact you if they want to contact you?
Oh, I'm on Instagram, k.p_, that's me.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. I don't even know my Instagram. I think at King Court Rolls, King Court COURTROLLS, and at Aqua Team Properties. You can find us. But I'll put the links in there below. And yeah, reach out to us, shout out to us, watch us on our journey, and we're gonna take off. Rising tides.